Next
I'm not ready yet. The next one.
Our next speaker is Casey Wolbert.
Good evening, Council. As the newly elected Chairman of the Planning Commission, I'm here to speak tonight on Agenda 5.2.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The Agenda 5.2, as you know, is the additional $89,500 towards the economic plan to look at what's happening down the Westminster corridor of Westminster Boulevard as the remaining of the LEAP money from the housing element that was done for 2021 to 2029. Just as a word of caution on the Planning Commission, it may not have been brought to your attention, but it is very important that you understand that the wise people in the state legislature in California have decided that local control is not important. It's not important to planning commissions. It's not important to you, the City Council. There has been a number of bills passed by the legislature and voted into law and signed by Gavin Newsom to remove planning commission ability to make almost every decision when it comes to residential property, mixed-use property, etc. We've gone through extensive training from the city attorney and assistant city attorney. We've had presentations here during our planning meetings. Just a word of caution, be very, very wise where you spend your money. This is one of the biggest bait and switch deals coming down from California that you can imagine. They want you to make a housing element. You make the housing element. Then they go, oh, to reward you for doing a great job, we're going to give you some free money that you can go investigate how you can build your city. And then they're not going to let you build it the way you want it. They're trying to remove the control from local control and centralize it. They think that most of the planning commissions in the state, in my opinion, based upon the laws, planning commissions don't know what they're doing. The city staff barely knows what they're doing, let alone the city council's ability to actually vote on how the plan gets developed. Take a look at the plans, the specific plans, the objective standards. I highly recommend using the money as much as possible to look at how you can address to maintain local control. Okay, you may think that the development's going to have 100 units. The developer comes in with a waiver, 4 waivers, 12 waivers. They don't have to look at parking. They don't have to look at sewer, trash, water. They don't have to take in any considerations to make this place a wonderful place. And they can just build whatever they want without your approval. Be very cautious of what is recommended by a California approved vendor and what they're going to serve back to you that meets the direction of California's housing element. Be very cautious. Be very careful. That's my word. As far as 5.2, we definitely need redevelopment in the city. As you all know, you voted for it. We need better places for people to live. We need better mixed use. We need better commercial, more investment and development. But be careful where we spend the money because it may come back to haunt us if we have no control of how it's built. Thank you.
All right, Deltram.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. It is so ridiculous that the City Council has 3 consecutive meetings, December 13, January 10, and January 24, with same Council member West, and same issue, the flag. Ask yourself if you were too favorable to Ms. West, and also ask yourself if this City Council has nothing else to discuss to bring this city up and for the goodness of the residents. I oppose to hang our Vietnamese yellow flag at the City Hall for 10 days. We should do that just one day, and it is the first day of the Lunar New Year, because just in Vietnam, we celebrate the Tết only for 3 days. About the U.S. flag, that Carlos, did you think carefully before you seconded to fly the U.S. flag for weeks or months on the streets? I don't think it is a good idea. Last thing I want to tell Vice Mayor Ho and Councilwoman West, do not stop abusing our Vietnamese yellow flag for your political ambition. That is too bad. People vote for you not just because how many days our flags are flown, but on what you have done for the safety and prosperity of this city. That is the message I want to send to you. Do not ever abuse our Vietnam yellow flag. Thank you for listening and good night.
The next speaker is Michael Marengia.
Thank you. First of all, Chief, congratulations on your explorers back there. Excellent, that's your farm team. That's where they're starting out. Okay, here we are again. Item 5.5, the flag of the former South Vietnam. Can we please put this thing to bed and move on and start discussing what we're going to do about making the city of Westminster better? We have more businesses we found out recently that are closing down. This can't be sustained, folks. You guys are already in financial straits. You have to do something about getting more businesses. You can't just overbuild the city like the last city council in Huntington Beach did, which is why they got thrown out of office the last election. They overbuilt a lot of their areas down there. It's starting to be congested. I don't want to see that happen to our city. I don't want to see business, housing built where the post office is, where Rite Aid is, where the Big Lots was down there. That can't be sustained. It's traffic, it's water, it's electricity. Unless you guys can come up with a better idea how we get all of that stuff in here and make it worthwhile and affordable. Also, Chief, I wholeheartedly support 5.1, you and the city manager getting a raise. You guys earn it every single day of the week. You got my vote. And on the special recognitions, congratulations, I've already said, to the Explorers and also Susan B. Anthony School. And thank you to the Community Foundation for their work. But I'm stumped recognizing an organization that, one, isn't in the city of Westminster, it's not even in Orange County. I thought we were going to do that, and when I say we, I mean the council and us as residents, that we would recognize organizations within our city and people within our city that contribute to the betterment of the entire city. Not just certain areas of it, not just development, not just schooling, but the entire city. We have plenty of residents and organizations within our city that rate recognition. And you probably want to focus on that so people don't look at you and go, oh, you're just doing that for your buddies. If you do it only within our residents, everybody's going to get a better idea of the city council, and it's going to show that you are actually interested in making this city better and not just playing lip service. Thank you, folks.
Our next speaker is Long Tran.
Chào tất cả quý vị trong hội đồng thành phố. Trong cuộc họp hội đồng thành phố gần đây, tôi nhận thấy có một số quan điểm sai lầm về lá cờ. Là một công dân có trách nhiệm, tôi tin rằng nó rất quan trọng trong việc làm rõ ý nghĩa chính xác và sự cao trọng của một lá cờ, không chỉ đối với các thành viên hội đồng mà đối với tất cả những người liên quan. Sự hiểu biết này sẽ đặc biệt có giá trị khi đưa ra quyết định về các kiến nghị hoặc nghị quyết. Để minh họa quan điểm này, lấy ví dụ về lá cờ Hoa Kỳ. Hoa Kỳ tuyên bố độc lập vào ngày 4 tháng 7 năm 1776 và lá cờ chính thức được sáng tạo và sử dụng ngày 14 tháng 6 năm 1777. Điều quan trọng cần lưu ý trong suốt thời gian đó, Hoa Kỳ vẫn nằm dưới sự đô hộ của nước Anh. Cuộc cách mạng bắt đầu vào năm 1775, tiếp tục cho đến năm 1783, khi Hiệp ước Paris được ký kết và chính thức công nhận Hoa Kỳ là một quốc gia độc lập. Những sự kiện này nhấn mạnh rằng lá cờ Hoa Kỳ được tạo ra và sử dụng 6 năm trước khi Hoa Kỳ giành độc lập từ nước Anh. Vì vậy, lá cờ của một quốc gia có giá trị ngay từ khi nó được tạo ra và duy trì giá trị của nó trong suốt thời gian quá trình nó tồn tại, bất chấp những tác động từ bên ngoài. Áp dụng nguyên tắc này, chúng ta có thể hiểu được rằng lá cờ vàng ba sọc đỏ của Việt Nam có giá trị từ năm 1950 hoặc thậm chí sớm hơn, mặc dù lúc đó đất nước chưa giành được độc lập. Kết luận, nó rất quan trọng để nhận ra sự thật này, đó là lá cờ vẫn luôn có giá trị bao lâu mọi người trong tổ chức vẫn mong muốn giữ lại nó. Cho nên người Việt Nam không bị bắt buộc phải chấp nhận lá cờ Cộng sản Việt Nam nếu họ không muốn. Giá trị của một lá cờ chỉ được xác định bởi ước muốn của một tổ chức hoặc những người mà nó đại diện. Hôm nay tôi muốn làm rõ điều này là để bảo đảm sự hiểu biết sâu sắc trong tất cả các thành viên hội đồng và tất cả những người liên quan. Cảm ơn và chúc mọi người đêm vui vẻ.
During the recent council meeting, I noticed several misunderstandings and misconceptions regarding the flag. As a responsible citizen, I believe it is very important to clarify the accurate meaning and the significance of the flag, not only for the council members, but also for all those involved. This understanding will be particularly valuable when making decisions on motions and resolutions. To illustrate this point, let's take the example of the United States flag. The United States declared its independence on July 4th, 1776, and the official flag was created and used since June 14th, 1777. It is important to note that during that time, the United States was still under the control of England. The Revolutionary War, which began in 1775, continued until 1783 when the Treaty of Paris was signed, formally recognizing the United States as an independent nation. These facts emphasize the U.S. flag was created and used 6 years before the country gained independence from England. Therefore, the flag of the nation is valid from the time it was created and remains valid throughout its existence, regardless of external influences. Applying this principle, we can understand that the Vietnamese yellow flag was valid from 1950 or even earlier, even though the country had not yet gained independence at that time. In conclusion, it is very important to recognize this truth. That is, a flag remains valid as long as the people of an organization wish to retain it. Consequently, the Vietnamese people are not obligated to accept the Vietnamese Communist flag if they do not wish to. The validity of a flag is determined solely by the wishes of their organization or people it represents. Today, I wanted to bring this clarification to ensure a deep understanding among all council members and all those involved. Thank you and have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you. Before you call up the next speaker, I just want to make sure our community knows that no one here on the dais against the Republic of Vietnam to go with the red stripe, the open flag. I want to confirm that to you. If there is any, then why don't you speak up? I don't think so. We have made it strong that so people can understand that. So there is no question about that. Let's move on and we can go on and discuss different issues. Thank you very much. Next.
Our next speaker is Terry Raines.
congratulations, WCF Explorer Susan B. Anthony School, the group that was added at the last minute, and Sri Vishnu Spiritual Ashram for being recognized tonight. I'm one. But what contributions did the latter make to Westminster, and who proposed that certificate? This is a religious spiritual organization just formed in 2022, based in a house in Riverside. I couldn't find any reference to their work in Westminster. The city should not award certificates to religious organizations, especially those not based in our city. I support item 5.1. Our chief and city manager are critical to the city's survival. Both have demonstrated their outstanding abilities and commitment to our city. If we lose either, we lose hope for this city, especially with this council. This is a 10% salary increase. Per the CM's contractor, salary must be 5% higher than the next highest paid employee, which is the chief. But honestly, Christine deserves this increase on her own merit, not just because of the contract stipulation. I support item 5.2. Sooner rather than later, businesses are leaving our city at an alarming rate, and our city is going broke. I sent an email pointing out embarrassing errors in the agreement. So again, you're welcome. Item 5.3, Mayor Wayne, you must recuse yourself from discussing or voting on this item to consider sponsoring Midway City Sanitary District's upcoming open house, which would entail expending city taxpayer dollars to benefit the district, of course, of which you are a board member. The same goes for district votes that benefit the city, i.e. the 10th grade sponsorship. Both highlight that the two seats are indeed incompatible for Section 1099C. The district just adopted Resolution 2023-20 on December 5th, establishing a sponsorship policy for events to offset costs. Council, a $2,500 gold sponsorship is plenty. No need for the $5,000 one. Item 5.4, more flag stuff. It has absolutely nothing to do with fixing the city's serious issues. Again, check your jurisdiction. The north side of Westminster from the Shard to Newland is Garden Road, not Westminster. Item 5.5, at the last meeting, the city attorney stated the second whereas of Resolution 5237 would be removed, but it was only edited. Why? He also stated a single date would be selected to reaffirm the flag, but instead this proposal is an arbitrary date, 3 days before TED, whereas Amy says, not a single date of significance, and it's defined a flag for 10 days, not just one. This resolution refers to the Republic of Vietnam flag throughout. The word former should be inserted because there hasn't been a Republic of Vietnam for almost 50 years. Items 2 and 8. Since you ignore your code of conduct, please read the handout that I provided to you tonight. Mayor Nguyen and council members Nguyen and West, you must stop responding to public comments, especially with off-topic personal attacks in violation of the Brown Act and First Amendment. I've never seen a mayor initiate and encourage a practice of direct violation of law, nor have I seen a city attorney sit back and not intervene to stop the violation of law. Often your responses have nothing to do with the comments actually made. Case law supports my position, and if you continue this crap, Westminster will become its own court case. You can bank on that.
Good evening, everyone. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, Chief, and City Manager and City Attorney. Well, the last time I was here, I was stopped because some, I don't know, is stupid, ignorant, or just pretend to be. So I just want to make sure he knows that I'm talking about item 5.4 and 5.5, right? So just repeat what Terry just said. If Mr. City Attorney don't exercise your capacity and educate the mayor to stop interfering, to stop interrupting people while they're speaking, it's not at his discretion to decide if I'm talking on or if I'm not.
Are you talking about what item, please?
Are you interrupting me again?
Yes, because if you don't talk about the item, then what item are you talking about?
And you're just too stupid to know that.
Please, what item are you addressing right now?
5.4, 5.5.
Okay, talk about the item, please.
Are you
Now talk about other things.
Now I am supposed to speak. Mr. City Attorney, the City Manager, I would repeat what Terry just said. Don't be surprised if the city is gonna have a lawsuit coming from me. Because this is mayor.
Please, you are not talking about the items.
Man, come on.
Come on.
Don't be stupid. Don't, you acting like a monkey.
You are, that's okay. But this is the agenda item. And if you're talking about the 5.3 private floor, please don't speak about
Am
that.
I allowed
And
to?
you cannot talk anything outside of
Why
that.
are you interrupting me?
I am interrupting you because you are not talking about the agenda
I think
item.
that she spoke.
She talked about the agenda item.
No. Mr. City Attorney, is he interrupting me? Is he interfering with my rights? Carlos, do you think I'm out here? Don't jump in my mouth. You've been stupid. You will be sued. And the city is going to
Please, one more time. If you are talking about the agenda item, I will let you. But if not,
But you're not
your first warning for you. If you are not talking about the agenda item, please wait until the,
I'm not glad
because this is the agenda item.
I am talking
only.
about the agenda. Everybody,
Okay.
hey, that friend was talking about
Mr.
this
Mayor,
item.
please, so none of us can talk. You not only running all the mic, Mr. Mayor.
Now your turn to talk.
I'm questioning you. Is
Then go ahead and talk about 5.4.
Hey,
Go ahead
the
and
speaker before me
talk.
told you the same thing.
Restart his
You
time.
guys have,
Stop your time, so.
Stop.
thank you, sir.
Restart his
We're gonna
time.
start it again right now, please.
Yeah.
Keep it tight, on the agenda.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm trying to do, but I need to leave it. You know, he just decided I'm off topic, that's all.
Perfect.
Thank you. So just like someone before me said, and you did not interrupt her, you guys are taking advantage of this issue, of the yellow flag, to campaign, to get votes. And that's not right. That's not city's business. Like Michael Grant said. Your job is to serve the city. City business is for the betterment of the city. It's not to get votes. Okay? I would support the resolution from Councilman 85 West, but I prefer it coming from the community. Some organization, just like the Monument, would propose it to you guys. And your job is to approve it, to vote for it, yes or no. It's not your job to go around looking for issues that might get you guys votes. And forget about the cities. Is our city on the verge of bankruptcy? Are you guys waiting to raise tax? I haven't seen you guys talk about that for 3-4 weeks, for 3-4 meetings on the road. We talked about changing name of the street. That's all BS. You know that. You guys not changing any street's name. You only put little letters under a sign to fool the Vietnamese voters that you guys are pleasing them. Same thing here with the flag. I have nothing against it. And again, Mr. City Attorney, the last time I asked you, is it the law require that once you guys voted, no action for some item? It should take another 6 months, right? For that person to be able to have the right to submit it again. And these people are voting on the same thing 2 weeks later. You guys are going around the law, right? Changing from proclamation to resolution so that allow you to violate the rule, regulation. And with NAPWA, I wonder what changed his mind. Why did you two decide to shuffle, to take no action against the same proclamation a month ago, and 2 weeks later he decided to say it again? I haven't heard him explain himself, admit that he was wrong, or apologize. Thank you.
I just remind everyone again, this is the agenda item only. If you speak out of the agenda item, I will stop. because I'm being fair with everyone here. Because I can't let that go on and then another person go on and we have a policy that we have to follow. So just want to remind you of that. Please.
Mayor, we do have one more speaker card, but I need to get clarification from Hal Trumwin that this is the agenda item or non-agenda item. The item that you'd like to speak on, is it on the agenda or a separate item? Okay, we'll call you at the end of the meeting, okay? Okay. So Mayor, if you would like to speak on a non-agenda item, so we'll go ahead and add it to the end of the meeting.
All right, thank you very much. So I will close the oral communication for agenda item now. And the next item is consent calendar. All matters listed under consent calendar. Well, we did vote to have the 3.7, right? Okay, so all matters listed under the consent calendar are considered routine and may be approved by a single motion followed by a roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless members of the City Council or staff request that specific item be removed from the consent calendar for separate action or discussion. I would like to pull 3.7.
I'd like to pull 3.4.
3.4. Anything else? Whichever item that you want to pull.
And then for, like 5.5?
No. Just the consent calendar right now.
Motion to approve remainder.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and second on the floor to approve the rest except for the 3.4 and 3.6.
Thank you. I have a motion made by Councilmember Monzo, a second made by Councilmember Van West. That's to approve the consent calendar with the removal of agenda items 3.4 and 3.7 for separate discussion. I'll go ahead and call roll. Councilman Van West?
Yes.
Councilmember Monzo?
Yes.
Councilmember Wayne?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hill?
Yes.
And Mayor Wynn?
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0.
So 2.4 approved by Vice Mayor Ho for 2023 year-end homeless activity report. You are recognized.
I'd like a staff report, please. From the chief.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. City Clerk, I believe there's an associated picture with this that's available. If not, so okay. This is the year-end review of our homeless liaison activities throughout the city. I know it was included in the package, and we're going to try to pull up a picture as well. I did want to go over just some of the highlights. We do have, as you're aware, a ad hoc committee that addresses this quarterly and goes over these numbers. We have council representation on that committee. So yearly, and this is for year-end 2023, our officers and HLO team responded to over 12,000 calls for service throughout the city involving homeless, or those identified as homeless. In addition to those calls for service, that would be...
Dạ vâng, chắc bây giờ họ họp thôi. Bây giờ mình xin phép mình đưa bác Cường về, rồi chút nữa mình sẽ quay lại sau.